doing good. Appreciate you asking. Know that you're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, which I'm greatly appreciative of. And I'm going to be sitting here chilling while going over a few things with you as I chill here in my son's crib. You got to pay your kids a visit sometimes and things like that. Oh, he got his little studio set up back there. I don't want you to see too much. Anyway, I'm going to wait. And y'all know how I do. I filibuster, do a little bit of chitty chat while you guys all gather in here. And I know this is going to be another one of those subjects that we're going to be hitting on that makes a lot of people really, really sensitive. And I can just tell by how some of you guys were in the comment section, how sensitive you were. But anyway, if you're watching this at a later time, like perhaps like at 3:30 or at 4 o'clock or something like that, you might want to jump ahead to the 3-minute mark. Because when you jump ahead to the 3-minute mark, it will pretty much let you know that I'm going to be starting at that time. And that's actually when I am going to be starting, is at that 3-minute mark. As of right now, since I am stationary, if you're in the chat right now at this moment, like at 3:03, you can say hello, goodbye, all that good stuff. And I will shout you out because, as you see, a good day. Hopefully things are going on. I know that there are a lot of people who are afraid and scared about what's going on now, especially if you don't have an understanding, which there's a lot of things that could come. There are a lot of things that can come out of this government shutdown. For example, the fact that people are scared and afraid, and you know what it is? A lot of it is because a lot of people are afraid of they're afraid of the unknown. You know what I mean? They are completely afraid of the unknown because they don't know what's going on. And if there was any sort of proper education given, a lot of those fears could be, I guess you could say, correctly understood. That's the word. It would be easily understood, rather, if they knew why what's happening is happening. So anyway, we're about 2.5 minutes in. You guys know I do. By the time the 3-minute mark hit, when the 3-minute mark hit, I'll get into the subject at hand. We'll hit on it. But again, if you are in here for the first time, you guys double check to make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel. And I appreciate you all being in here. Nobody's saying nothing yet in the chat, so I'm just going to keep it as is unless something is wrong there. But as of right now, I don't see anything in the chat. So anyway, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, and which you know I'm greatly appreciative of. You're watching me live right now. If you're watching this right now and it's 3:05 Central, I am live right now. So double check notifications. That way you will be notified whenever I do post a video, okay? So anyway, with that being said, you see the title of the video right now. You see what I'm going to be talking about right now. And basically, let's just, man, unless y'all know something that I don't know, that this is 100% true. So what happened is that the government shut down, and Chuck Schumer and him just did another shutdown. And this right here just happened a few hours ago. So Schumer pushes shutdown into record books after rejecting the GOP bill a 14th time. And I just want to say, I think it's kind of peculiar. That this is all happening right now when the elections and stuff is going on. You know what I mean? Like, watch, I don't know. I just got this feeling like once the elections are over, all of a sudden you're going to see something that's going to be done. So President Trump, what they did as of last night, they had to go into what basically is what the equivalence of an emergency fund. Of an emergency fund. I want to make y'all, hey, let me tell y'all something. I'm all about free speech right now. Okay? So if y'all if you guys' comments are being like censored, it's YouTube's AI that's censoring your comments. I have it to where you can say what you want to, but YouTube has an AI that will not allow you guys to do it. Right? So understand this. I think that this whole ordeal when it comes to these elections, I think they're not going to make any moves until those elections are over with. But nevertheless, it says Schumer pushes to a historic shutdown for the record books, rejecting the GOP again. Breaking news. Senate Democrat blocked Republicans' attempt to reopen the government. You hear that? They blocked the Republicans' attempt to reopen the government for a 14th time, all but ensuring U.S. history. There was like a type of contingency, by the way of the USDA. They were able to tap into what basically is the equivalent of emergency funds. And they use those emergency funds to go after people that actually, I hate to say it this way, but then again, no, I don't. The people that kind of took like top priority, okay? Women with children, and this is true, women with children who are single and men with children who are single, they took priority in making sure that food is going to be given to them first. And I think it's like the equivalent of like maybe $4 to $5 billion or something like that. In emergency funds from the USDA, and those funds were supposed to be used should there be like a real huge natural disaster to Americans. That's what those funds were there for. So they had to tap into those funds right there to make sure that people are going to get fed. But for some odd reason, I think that a lot of things are being held off until these elections are done and over with, because if y'all knew some of the stuff that has been going on with our politicians, you know that as of right now, they don't have to, that the Democrats keep on voting no. There's no way that anybody right now should be freaking fearing that they're not going to be able to feed. It just doesn't make any sense that they keep saying no. They keep on saying Trump and the Republicans are hurting the American people. Ladies and gentlemen, to the ones that are in here right now, and I know y'all can add a bunch of stipulations to this, but to a lot of my young people in here, you said I'm buffering? That's crazy. To a lot of my young people that are in here right now, if you needed 60 apples, to feed a whole village of people, and you had 53 red apples, and then the remaining of the apples that were less than 53 were green apples. If they told you we just need a total, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. This is gonna help everybody. If they told you that all of the red apples are in the basket to feed everybody, but then all we need is 7 more apples, 7 more green apples. We don't care who it is, 7 more green apples. If we get 7 more green apples in this basket, we'll be able to feed the whole village. And you got the people that's holding the green apples going, nope. And then the people that's holding the green apples keep saying, the people that hold the red apples don't want to feed the village. But it's like, wait, that doesn't make any sense, because all the red apples are in the basket. I don't understand. If all the red apples are in the basket, how is it that it's the red apples' fault when all the red apples are in the basket? The green apples are not putting anything in the basket. They don't want to feed everybody. That's in the most basic way that I can say this to you is exactly what's going on. Now, I do know you don't know what you're talking about. There's a whole lot of details. I literally said when I gave that analogy that there are some political details that are left out. Like, for example, President Trump said that they're not going to do it because he do not want to give $1.5 trillion for illegal aliens to have health care that belongs to you, the American people. Now, it still is interesting as well that what's going over in New York with this guy that's a pure communist and socialist. You know what? And I hate to say it this way. I hope he wins. See, where I'm at right now, guys, I told y'all this is the year of no mercy. This is the year of, and it might be years. This is the year of I told you so. This is going to be the year of me rubbing in salt in your open wounds when you get hurt. This is going to be me that when you hurt yourself, instead of asking you if you're okay, I'm going to go, that's what you get because we told you. What are you talking about, Ty? Y'all ever had somebody do something stupid? You warn them about it. You just keep warning them and you keep warning them and warning them and warning them. Did you know that after warning them for so long, they go and do the very thing that you warned them about, and then they end up hurting themselves. You know what I do now? I go, that's what you get. That's what I do. That's what you get. You should not have done that. That's what you get. You tell a kid, don't touch that. It's gonna burn you. No, it won't. No, it won't. They touched it. What happened to them? They get burned. Now, instead of going, see, if you'd listen to me, no, I'm gonna go, that's what you get. Aha, that's what you get. So for these people that are there that are rooting on this guy, and you actually, this man is flat out telling you that he's a socialist, and I think they're trying to keep it from happening because he allegedly he received funds from a foreign organization, whatever. They're trying to keep it from happening, but nevertheless, I hope he wins. I hope he wins, and when they see that socialism and communism does not work, you're gonna have a mind change. And another thing I want to throw out there too, for a lot of you that emailed me and you push comments out there about this is all Trump's fault. This is all Trump's fault. No, it's not. If I cannot make this any clearer to you, it's because you're choosing to stay deceived. All they needed was 60. You got 53 to 54 Republicans all saying, yes, open the government. You got all the Democrats, not all of them, a few of them. I think Fetterman is part of one of the Democrats. I forget who the other Democrat is, but you got them saying, open the government. And you got the Democrats saying no. It's so funny that you guys will sit up here and do these things in regards to the Senate is ran by Republicans. The House is ran by Republicans. And the president, and you guys have the presidency. Everything is red all the way across. Well, you still need other members of Congress to say yes on reopening the government. That's how this works. It's so interesting. Because of everything I see here, a lot of y'all cry about, you see it happening right in front of your eyes. This whole democracy, this democracy. Well, you see a democracy going on right now. But who is it that's impeding on that democracy? Huh? Who is okay with this democracy? Right now, the biggest focus needs to be on our own fellow American brothers and sisters and our family members getting food, period. And anybody that's saying no to them getting food and can negotiate terms on a later time, that's crazy to me. And I say this all the time. On all my videos that you guys watch with me, I always say, I hope and pray that everybody has food, shelter, and clothing. Well, right now, most of our American brothers and sisters on these SNAP programs, they have all of that except for the food part. But you're telling me that still, the Democrats, knowing that they don't have food, when all it takes is about 7 of them to just go ahead and say yes, they're not doing it. What sense do it make to do that and then try to blame the other people? It's the Republicans. It's the Republicans. So anyway, again, there was an emergency fund that went out that the USDA used, but those benefits only went to the ones who are like the most at risk considered. Single women with children and single men with children. But for everybody else, I think they're going to try to have something done, hopefully a resolve by the 5th. And so what's that, tomorrow? Hopefully they try to have something resolved by tomorrow. But understand this. This still is this is our way. This is the way the way that everything is set up according to the Constitution. If we can't get those other Democrats to get in there and vote and say yes on this bill, then who is it that's really starving the American people when every Republican is saying yes? So anyway, what this says right here, the move to again reject the House passed continued resolution comes as winds of optimism and exhaustion have swept through the upper chamber. Lawmakers are engaging in a more bipartisan talk and more believe that all in sight. Still, more today, fortunate milestone later on evening. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and his Democratic caucus are still largely entrenched in their position that unless an ironclad deal on expiring Obamacare subsidies is struck, they won't reopen the government. So unless here's the trick. Some of y'all don't understand. And I said this the other day. I'm in medicine, in healthcare. I'm a director. Okay, between multiple facilities. I know how this stuff works. I know how hospitals, assisted living facilities, nursing homes, privately owned clinics. I know how this all works. I know how insurance works. We deal with insurance. And I'm telling you right now, and I told y'all earlier, this has everything to do with them wanting to keep on funding the illegals getting health care. And you say they don't qualify for health care. You do know that, right? Let me say that again for the slow people. Qualifying care and actually receiving health care are two different things. Illegals can't qualify for health care. They can receive free health care. You want to know how? All they got to do is go to the ER. See, the hospitals have certain funds that's given to them by the federal government. And one of those funds consists of you, if you're in healthcare, like I am, you know that you know good and well that the people who come to the hospital, we got people come to the hospitals all the time. People come to the hospital all the time, sick, ill, car accidents, all sorts of things happen, and they don't have insurance. But guess what you do as a clinician, as a doctor, as a nurse, as a physician assistant, as a therapist? Guess what you do? You still treat those people. You have to treat those people. You still have to treat those people. Now, somebody said I'm a nurse practitioner, you talking garbage. I direct over people like you. You don't deal with stuff what I'm dealing with. Your job is to treat the patients and do exactly what doctors tell you to do, unless you have your own practice. But you don't deal directly with insurance, so stop lying. As a nurse practitioner, it depends on where you work at. Since you claim to be a nurse practitioner, you know good and well that if someone comes in that ER and they're hurt, no matter what, if the person at the front desk do not get their insurance, period, point blank mark, you still are going to treat them. So stop it. And for you to say something like that, I question whether you are that. So stop it. No, I don't direct you because I'm not over the organization that you are with. But I guarantee if I was over the organization that you're with, you will be bowing to me. What you talking about? Unless you're independent. Okay, I tell you what right now, since you're a nurse practitioner, the one who's claiming you're a nurse practitioner, tell me what medical group is over y'all company. What medical group are you guys an umbrella under? Tell me right now, since you are. Don't sit there and if and buts about it. Don't sit there and, I'm not going to tell you anything. Yeah, I know you're not going to tell me because you're probably lying. Tell me what medical group. Is it LHP? Is it Enhanced? Tell me what it is. Yeah, I didn't think so. I know you don't. Anyway, like I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, what they do is they encourage the people who are here illegally. They encourage them. They encourage people here that are here illegal. They encourage them to go to the ERs anytime they have anything going on. That's how they receive free health care, because once the doctors, the nurse practitioners, the PAs, once they treat these individuals and that they got federal funding, it's going to be written off. Now, people look at it like this. You can say it in layman's terms, like it gets written off by the hospital, right? But those federal funds are coming from the government. And how is the government getting those federal funds? It's coming from who? You and I, the American working people, the taxpayer. That's how they're getting that. So Trump right now is saying, no, we're not going to do that. So anyway, during the speech on the Senate floor, Schumer squarely placed the blame for health care issues on the Republicans and President Trump, as Americans got notices of increased premiums over the weekend. The only plan Republicans have for healthcare seems to be to eliminate it and then to tell working people to go figure it out on their own, he said. This is not a healthcare plan, that's cruel. However, his caucus resolve shows signs of weakening on Monday when a group of nearly a dozen Senate Democrats met behind closed doors to discuss a way out. Senator Majority Leader John Thune, Republican, said he was optimistic about the shutdown coming to an end soon, but wasn't confident that it would be by the end of this week. He noted that Republicans have made a plethora of options available to the Senate Democrats, including guaranteeing a vote on the expiring subsidies or whatever their Obama bill is. After the government reopens, when asked if he believed lawmakers were close to reaching an end, he said, "I hope so." But the cross pressures that everybody's feeling are great, Thune said. But I think there are people who realize this has gone on long enough and that there has been enough pain inflicted on the American people and that it's time to end it. So we'll see whether that's you. Then there's the reality that the current end date of November 21st for the House passed CR doesn't give lawmakers enough time to advance funding bills, which has been the primary objective of Thune and others. And many don't want to reopen the government just to see it close back down in a few more weeks. Okay? Those talks are happening parallel to the discussion of Obamacare, but neither side has so far made a move. And you know what? Based on what I'm seeing right now, this whole ordeal has did a whole lot of good. You know what I mean? It did a whole lot of revelation. President Trump is still draining the swamp, and we get to see who the swamp creatures are. All of you individuals who are able-bodied, grown adults that have been abusing the system, I'm glad that it's happening to you. All of you able-bodied adults who have taught your 18-year-old children who still live with you how they can use their grandmama's address and things like that, and now your food stamp benefits are being cut, and you are an able-bodied teenager, 18, 19, 20, whatever, 18, 19, 20, 21, however old you are, that's abusing the system in that way. I'm glad that this happens so it can actually shed light on a bunch of you crooks and how y'all been sitting there pretty much stealing from the American people. We know stealing. Yes, you are. You lying. When you can go out there and go to work. When you can go out there and go to work and contribute, but you rather just stay back and stay complacent and be content with being nothing but it's amazing. You're nothing but a leech. You are a parasite. And as long as you have a host, you're good. But guess what? Right? Guess what? You get an idea. You get a feeling of what it's like to not to have a host, don't you? Now that you don't have a host, look what y'all doing. You can't survive without a host, can you? Parasites cannot survive without a host. So that's exactly what a lot of this that we see going on right now. They got revelated to us that you see that there are a bunch of people who are nothing more than a bunch of leeches. They don't care about being leeches. They don't care about being parasites. They don't care that the American people who have no choice but to have money taken out of their paychecks have no choice but to have things taken out of their paychecks. Somebody just got done saying you're cruel and you have no passion. How about me be? I told you this is the year of no mercy to certain people. You said I'm cruel, and I have no. Oh, I love this. So I'm gonna show you a few comments here. Said I'm cruel and I don't have no compassion. Why would I have compassion on individuals who are able-bodied? Let me ask you something. You may be a Christian, you may not be a Christian. Who did Jesus go around and heal? Huh? Who did he go around and heal in that Bible? Did he heal healthy people? Why would he? Who did Jesus go and give life to? Who did he give? Who did he give life-altering words to help individuals? Those that were already sane, those that were already good mentally, or did he go to the ones that were broken? Yeah, I rest my case. So I guess you'd be the same person telling Jesus, you got no compassion. You're not going around trying to feed the people that already got food. You're not going around trying to heal the people that's already healed. That doesn't even make sense. Ridiculous. Okay, now, check this out. Let me see. I saw another one in here. Let me see. Y'all just mad at y'all getting exposed and the creatures in here too. Okay. This person right here says, see how you're spewing. Okay, whoever you are, Nico, the Norwegian. Yeah. Anyway, Nico, the Norwegian says, see how you're spewing bull BS and going against people of color. Name one time in this entire video where I mentioned people of color. That shows me exactly what you are. Thank you. You made this too easy. Yeah. 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 See, ladies and gentlemen, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about right here. These are the type of people that Malcolm X warned y'all about. I don't care. These individuals like that left their comment, that's who they warned you about. Name one time in here that I mentioned anything about somebody's race. Name it. I named who these people were that's abusing the food stamp system. So for you to automatically assume that it's people of color, that says a lot about you. Nice try. Next. Yeah, you thought you had an uneducated, ignorant brother, didn't you? I know. Nice try. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in here right now, you haven't done so. 200 some people in here right now, and only 50 of you have click the thumbs up button. Click the thumbs up button. Click the thumbs up button. And I love this part right here too. I love this part right here too. It's really amazing to me that a lot of these people that's making these videos, it's so amazing to me that y'all call Trump a racist, and yet y'all begging him. I'm confused. You call Trump a racist, and now y'all begging Trump to feed you. Isn't that kind of isn't that kind of isn't that backwards? Isn't that counterproductive? Huh? Isn't that counterproductive? You're gonna go back and beg racist Trump to please feed you? Huh? Am I missing something? I know y'all. I know you don't like it. I can feel the heat coming out of this phone screen right now. You are pissed off right now because the very man you called a racist, right? Now you're begging him to feed you? Please. Please, Trump is a racist. Trump is a racist, but okay, but please, racist man, give us food. Please, racist man, racist Trump, please feed us. We need to feed a cheering President Trump. Please feed us, Trump. We know you racist, but you know no let us go hungry now, Trump. If you think that Trump has responsibility for what's going on right now, I think it's just very ironic and crazy that you're sitting here begging Trump to please put back on the food stamps. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. Y'all spend more energy right now making these videos on y'all cell phones, which is really interesting that y'all got cell phones and computers. You spending all this time doing all that when you ain't spending no time trying to go out and find a job. Look, we're day 4 into this thing. We're 4 days into November. 4 days into November, right? And you telling me that you knew that this was going to happen and you didn't try to go out and get no job just in case? I mean, call the those job ready places, those labor ready places. At least try to go do something for a day or two, something like that, to put some food on the table if you even have that issue with food. And here's another thing too, for some of you idiots, y'all think we stupid. I told y'all we were once there. When I was a child, my family was on food stamps. I understand exactly how this stuff all works. But did you know what? Some of you guys, you don't even get your food stamps until like the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, and things like that. So I'm trying to figure something out. Right? All these people that's making these videos about if it don't come on the first. Why did the first become a huge priority when some of you didn't even get it on the first anyway? Depending on what your birthday was. Name is a few factors that they go off of, but I'm just saying based off of that, some of you guys weren't going to be getting it till later on, this week anyway. But yet at the same time, you're making videos about if Trump don't let them food stamps go, this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna go and do this. I'm going to do that, idiots. Anyway, let me find in here what President Trump actually said. And again, let me make this clear to all of you that are listening right now. To some of you that think you know more than I do, which you may. Who is it? I just got a question. All of you in the chat, right? Everybody in the chat right now. I'm going to assume that every last one of you guys are decently educated and you have a certain level. Well, I'm not going to say this part. Well, I was going to say you have a certain level of intellect, but some people in here obviously don't. But some of you that just got a basic thinking brain that knows basic logic. Can you answer the question and tell me who keeps saying no to this CR bill? I'm gonna just go out there on a limb and assume that you know who keeps saying no to this bill. It's simple. Just answer it in the chat if you can. Even if you don't, look, you can disagree with me. You don't have to like me. You can call me names, call me retarded, call me everything you want to. It does not matter. But I just want you to answer that question if you do have the brain capacity to do it. Who keeps saying no to open up the government? That's all I'm asking. Watch the comments, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to show you. They're going to do the same type of filibustering, beating around the bush that the Democrats are doing themselves. Watch. Answer the question. To get them to pass a continuing resolution, can you tell me? See, I told y'all, look, y'all, it's so amazing too, though, because people are doing the same thing a lot of other folks are doing. They're instantly going, yeah, but Trump. You can't even answer the question. Trump lives that rent free in your mind. They live that rent free in your mind that the first thing that can come to your mind is Trump. That just goes to show you how easily psychologically psyops a lot of y'all are. You did the same thing mundane. You did the same thing a lot of these people do. Trump. They asked Kamala Harris the question. Kamala Harris, there were some issues about President Biden's capacity mentally, and we want to know, what are your thoughts on that? Well, I do know that Joe Biden never do what Trump is doing, okay? I mean, Joe Biden, 3 circles, and he put them in the significance of the passage of time, okay? And then when he did, Donald Trump, and the lady had to correct her. She was like, you give it all the way around, that nice try, but I asked you a question about Biden. So, ladies and gentlemen, when I just got done saying, who is it that's saying no to this continuing resolution? Who is it that keeps saying no? You guys, look what y'all doing. You can't even answer the question. You got to just, shut up, stupid Negro. You dumb. You should be embarrassed. I'm glad I'm not like you. You need to do something about your hair. You just sitting. You need to go get a job. Come on, you can't even answer the question. I'm not going to let it go. You got the wrong Negro. You still have not answered the question. Try on calling the names. Nice try on getting around. You doing exactly what the Democrats are doing right now. You fustering instead of answering the question. Answer the question. Who keeps saying no on the bill? Who keeps saying no on the continuous resolution, ladies and gentlemen? Huh? Like I thought. Nonetheless, the new breaking news that I'm getting ready to share with you guys, hit that thumbs up button right now. Race. They got that going on right now too, folks. But I'm glad, you know what, this snap crisis, it brought out a lot of stuff that we never even knew, or we never would even have thought of how this happened. I mean, had this not happened, we wouldn't even thought about a whole lot of stuff that's actually going on right now. We wouldn't even have known that. We need to have known. I think Trump at one point, which I don't know, I'm gonna show you guys in a second, but he pulled back. Give me a second. He was going to use a nuclear option, right? And I think Marjorie Taylor brought that up at one time, saying the nuclear option can be used, which I'm going to look in. I haven't really researched that to look into it to see what that is and what that all entails. But should I research it, get into it and look at it and see what it all entails? You guys know I am. I will present it to you because I don't care what it is. If it's something that can actually be used as a means to help the American people, what would it take to do that? Which I will look into that. So anyway, let's see. There is an update that I think I just got a minute ago. Click that thumbs up button, ladies and gentlemen. Pull something up for y'all right here. I think they're focusing more on these polls right now. This is just in. This says pivotal mayoral race sparks 2-decade high voter turnout in America's biggest city. Oh, that must be This must be voter turnout in New York mayor election hits 2-decade high. More than 1.4 million New Yorkers have already cast ballots in Tuesday mayor election, the city's highest turnout since 2001. This is going to be interesting to see who it is that's voting. According to a 3 p.m. update, the New York City Board of Elections, about 717,000 voters have gone to the polls so far, on top of the 735,000 who voted earlier. The last time a turnout reached this level was in 2001, when the election held just 2 weeks after September 11 attacks helped launch Michael Bloomberg's first 3 terms as a mayor. And again, they saying Chuck Schumer is giving Mamdani, they're giving him the cold shoulder. But I think Trump, let me see, from what I'm told, it said Trump defies the governor's order. And let me see, I want to make sure I'm reading this to you guys. Trump defies judge's order. Let's see what we have right here. As Trump defies federal court orders, what places will be hit with SNAP the hardest? President Donald Trump has defied 2 federal court orders to restore the SNAP program, known as a Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, leaving millions of Americans facing insecurity. Despite the availability of USDA emergency contingency funds to reinstate these benefits, the Trump, okay, come on now. I don't want to subscribe. The Trump administration has opted to maintain the cuts, a move critics in Washington state uses hunger as a political tool. Look how they're flipping it back on him now. Look, y'all, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that they just at a point right now where they're just not playing any games. President Trump said this, and I quote, "SNAP benefits, which increased by billions and billions of dollars manyfold during crooked Joe Biden's disastrous term in office, due to many of the fact that they were haphazardly handed to anyone that's asking for them, as opposed to just those in need, which is the purpose of SNAP, will be given only to the radical left Democrats. Open up government, which they can easily do. And before, thank you for your attention to this matter." Okay, now I'll read it to you guys regular. SNAP benefits, which increased by billions and billions of dollars manyfold during crooked Joe Biden's disastrous term in office, due to the fact that they were haphazardly handed down to anyone for asking, as opposed to just those who really needed it, which is the purpose of the SNAP program. This will be given only when the radical left Democrats open up the government, which they can easily do, and not before. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. I have moderators in here, but I don't know if they're in here right now, but I do have mods just in case somebody's asking. I seen a little comment in there that said, "Ty needs mods." It's okay. I'm all about freedom of speech. Trump on Tuesday announcement directly reverses his administration's announcement just a day previously that oh wow, that's right. So now they say they will provide partial SNAP benefits for November, but now he pulled it back. He pulled it back. I hope they really use this time right now. I hope they use this time right now with the SNAP benefits to really look into all these individuals that are on SNAP, because I told you guys, you know what? I don't know if I might be able to go get this file folder real quick if y'all want to wait for me to go get it. But I do know I read in there where men and women between the ages of 19 and, according to the Census Bureau, men and women between the ages of 19 and 64, no children, right? They have no children. I'm being told that those individuals, they have no children, right? We're being told that those individuals, you good? We're being told that those individuals that have no children, no job. They're receiving Medicaid and they're receiving SNAP. You're not in the camera's view. You're not in the camera's view. Nobody can see you. Nobody want to see you. Anyway, that's what they're saying. Is that between the ages of 19 and 64, age men and women, according to the Census Bureau, they have no children and they're not disabled. They're receiving upwards of $56 billion of the American taxpayers in food stamps. And let me also say this, folks. You do know that when they try to say things like they're going to take away health care from millions of Americans. No. I want you to pay attention to what the Democrats are saying closely. Notice how the language went from saying 42 million Americans to now they're saying there's going to be 42 million families and people without SNAP benefits. Why did they say that? You want to know why? Because individuals like me have caught on to it. We went and did our research. We looked and saw that there were illegal immigrants and other people from other countries receiving the SNAP benefits, and we called them out on it. So guess what? Don't get pissed off because we, individuals like myself and others out there, we were really trying to make this about America first. We're making this America first. Plain and simple. And let me go ahead and say this as well. This is a live video right now. There's 429 of you guys in here right now. And let me just say this right here, right quick, just to let me know that, just to show you proof that this is a live video, because the troll that's in here right now, I'm not going to say your name. I'm not going to even give you that pleasure. But Eva May 9508 just said America first. SEQK says, yeah, trolls, nice. From you guys are like the equivalents of somebody that's focused on something. When they're going towards their goals, you guys are, oh, please look at me, I'm over here. Don't believe him, he's a grifter. Don't believe him, he's a traitor to his race. Everybody, please look at my words. Nobody's paying y'all no attention. Nobody cares. That's why I say I'll let you do it though. I'm all about freedom of speech and things like that. So you can do it in here. I mean, again, it's no different than someone that, it's no different than cancer. It's no different than cancer. It's no different than having a illness, a cold, the flu. Expect viruses to be viruses. Y'all know what I mean? When you catch a cold, it's because you have the cold. You have a cold, right? You have that sickness. When you get the flu, you have that virus, right? So expect the virus to be a virus, nothing more, nothing less. That's why in these chats right now, in these live videos that I do, you're going to have trolls in there. Expect cancer to be cancer. Expect diseases to be disease. They're going to act accordingly. So let them be. It doesn't matter. It doesn't stop us from our goal. It doesn't stop us from what we're talking about. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change the truth that the Democrats right now are the reason why American people are not receiving their SNAP benefits. It doesn't change that. They keep saying no. They keep saying no. Keep saying no. So try to put this blame all on Trump, which a lot of you have been psychologically programmed to do, is to, if anything goes wrong, you blame Trump. All the stuff that's going on right now that's wrong, you're blaming Trump. Trump does not have control over the Democrats. He doesn't have control over the Republicans. These people are voting on their own. Y'all seem to be getting pissed off because nobody is going along with this bull crap, trying to make sure that these you are more driven to help out foreign illegal immigrants than you are your own American brothers and sisters. I wish y'all can just join them and y'all can leave with them. I wish you could. Those of you that are not America first and not your own American brothers and sisters first and your own family first, y'all should be deported with them. You hate this country so much, get out. It's Trump's fault. It's Trump's fault. Like this stuff, man. If it wasn't for Trump, yeah, because the TV told you to say that, right? You're not thinking for yourself. The TV told you to say that. I know. It's all Trump. Tie. So no, I'm not gonna lie to you. I did think, honestly, when I just read it off to you guys earlier, the contingency from the USDA to use those emergency funds to get the stuff out there. whatever happened to cause Trump then to pull back, cause him to pull back, man, that's gonna that man. But I'll tell you guys this too. If you have family members that are on the SNAP benefits that really, really, really do need those SNAP benefits, and you can help them out, make sure they got food in their house. Now, I'm keeping it 100% real because I say this to a lot of my family and cousins and all that. I'm not sending you no money. Well, you way in another state, I will call a grocery store delivery service and have them send the food or deliver the food to your house. I'll pay for it. I'm not giving you the money. So some of you right now, if you know, I'm talking about the real family members that actually do have it hard. I'm talking about them. I'm not talking about your grown up cousins who don't work and they able to work and they just been chilling at home doing what they want to do all these years, whatever like that. They don't work. They keep getting food stamps. They got Medicaid and all that. You better get out and go. You better get up. I'll give you what I'm going to hand you is an application. I'll help you fill out some online applications for you to go apply for a job. You better go ahead and get online right now. Use that phone of yours right now. Use that phone to go into a labor ready site and see if you can find some work tomorrow by going and you know what I'm saying? By going and getting a job. That's what you should be doing. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is a new one to me. And with that being said, you guys know how I'll do. You know how I do this. I do hope and pray that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing because I'm about to end this thing. Got to go take care of some business. I do hope that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray that every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.